Good morning, and welcome to another edition of The Night Shift. This one's going to be very serious. We're going to jump right into it. The last one I did was about raising daughters. Well, this night shift we're going to discuss raising sons. And just from the things that I observe and the places that I go and the people that I meet, the one thing that we need to teach our sons above all is we need to teach our sons to have love for who they are and the skin that they're in. We need to teach our sons the importance of what it means to be black and to be black in America. We need to teach our sons to have love. We need to teach our sons to have patience. We need to teach our sons not to fly off the handle and be emotional or over-emotional about anything. They don't have to be so stoic to where they can't display any emotions, because displaying emotions, especially to your children, is important, because otherwise how are your children going to know when to use them? How are your children going to know how to express them? So as men, you have to teach your sons, you have to teach these little black boys what emotion means. When they're upset about something, how to handle it, how to conduct it properly, how to treat it right. They also have to learn how to love each other. They need to understand that they are the only things that they have to rely on in this society. No other culture is going to help you out that way. You might have individuals that might have some mercy on you, and they may stall you out. They may help you out. They may give you a better, outcome or a better direction in whatever it is you're going through. That's all and well possible and very welcome, and that's a good thing. Nobody's arguing about that. But when it comes to the survival and guarantee of your family, that has to be done with your own people. That has to be done with those that are in the same struggle that you're in, to those that look like you. So they can't be walking around scared to talk to black men. They can't fear black cops. They can't fear black gangbangers. They can't fear black judges. They can't fear black politicians. They can't fear black electricians. They can't fear black athletes. They can't fear any black people. No matter how dangerous the world tries to say we are, no matter how scary the hood makes us turn out to be, no matter how many guns and Glocks we tote and pack, they cannot look at another one that looks like them and then get scared and get tender. They can't do that. So that means you have to teach them and raise them with love. That means they have to know what it means to be black. They have to love themselves and love the other black men around them. And then after they learn how to love each other, love black men around them, then they have to codify their language and codify their being so that they can develop a way of communication that excludes everyone else from getting involved into it. We had that with hip hop until the niggas started teaching motherfuckers the language and what we're talking about. They have to be able to understand the code of ethics between black men so they don't violate that code, so they don't dog each other out. Yes, all of us are going to be prone to lying. All of us are going to be prone to playing games. All of us are going to be prone to egos and power-driven and wanting to be in control. That's another lesson that you have to teach them. You have to teach them to disregard men that act that way, to get away from men that do those types of things. You have to teach them to avoid men that are willing to use the men that look like themselves to get ahead only for themselves. They have to be men that think about the collective of the people. They have to understand that the human body has multiple parts and organs that all function together to make the body what it is. Excuse me. It's not just one. A leader is only as good as his soldiers, and the soldiers are only as good as that leader. So if you move one like 100, and you move 100 like you do one, as Sun Tzu said. You can't just have them out here thinking that, I'm the nigga with the job. I'm the nigga that's in charge. So since I'm the one that got the job and I'm the one that's in charge and I'm appointing the people, I'm the boss, I'm the supervisor, everybody got to do what I say. That's a downfall. That's a quick way to get an insurrection going on in your own bed, and you're gonna lose everything you got. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, as you teach them how to do all those things, and they need to learn those things on how to interact and how to codify themselves, they need to learn how to avoid men that can't do this. They need to learn how to avoid men that refuse to place the brotherhood above everything. Because without the brotherhood, you don't have community. Without the brotherhood, you don't have family. You don't have structure. You don't have women. You don't have anything if there's not a band of brothers together to make sure that we can all eat and take care of everything that we need to take care of. Yes, that rides on our shoulders. And your sons need to understand that. Your sons need to know that. And the best way you do that is that all black men have to get their sons. All black men have to raise their sons. Don't leave it to the mother. Don't leave it to the system. Don't leave it to the government. Don't leave it to the educational system. Don't leave it to anybody else but yourselves. Because we're the only ones that understand what it means to be us. Everybody else acts like they don't get it. And that includes black women. And then you have to teach your men how to vet a woman properly, which might drag off into another segment, but they have to learn how to vet a woman properly. They can't be going for hoes. They can't be going for bitches. They can't be going for pretty faces. Yes, if you can be patient enough to get pussy from a pretty face, then you should be patient enough to get pussy from a pretty face that's functional. Not just a pretty face hoe that looks good. Because at the end of the day, she's not screwing you, you're screwing her. She has to conform and comply to what you want. You were the one that was put here to be dominant. She was created from you and never spent a day by herself. So what does she know about dominance? What does she know about independence? What does she know about leadership? It's not even in her forte. And the only way she can learn that information is from you. That's the importance of who you are as black men. And you need to raise your sons with that type of tradition and with that type of understanding of who they are and how important they are as black men. So they don't go out here and be another fucktard. And they need to respect themselves and respect the men around them. We'll probably do a part 2 when it comes into vetting women, because that's a whole nother subject. Because, bruh, you can't be fucking with bitches like Keke Palmer and Brittany Renner and all these hoes. They're just hoes, and they're just pretty ass hoes. That's it. And all they have to offer is pussy. And you can get pussy when you can't eat. So we'll do another segment on men, on how men should vet women. You know what I mean? Just ideas and strategies on how men should vet women. But right now, our sons need to be raised as warriors, and they need to understand the art of war. For we are people in constant state of warfare. And that shit ain't never gonna die. You know what I'm saying? So, it's something to think about, something to look into. Black men, get your kids. Get your sons at all costs. Don't leave them to nobody else. Get your sons. And we can change this narrative in the United States. And we can change this narrative of who we are in our communities. You know what I'm saying? But we have got to sweep our porch clean. And we have to get rid of all the fuckery. That's all the simps, all the bullshitters, all the motherfuckers that are not productive, all the bitches that don't want to act right, all of that shit. We got to clean the porch good. Stay tuned.